So lonely. So lonely up here. Hey everyone, and welcome to Inside Gaming for Friday! You know what that means, it's the weekend! Yes! Yes! It seems so sad when you do it by yourself. Well, whatever, you're probably watching this alone too, so we'll be friends. Anyway, here's some news for you to make the weekend a little spicier. Cheaters are infesting Apex Legends again, and they're getting even more sneaky about it than usual. Because this time they're pretending not to cheat. It's like all the master trolls online. I was just pretending to be racist. It's apparently become a big problem in Respawn's Battle Royale games, and making matters worse, the cheaters are managing to evade the developers' attempts to ban them. This is the wave, the rise and fall. Respawn gets really good at finding all the cheaters, and the cheaters get really good at not getting found. This whole thing has become a big topic of discussion, as you might imagine, on the game's subreddit. Got kicked off by a player named Darth Aesder, really cool name, who described themselves as an experienced competitive player, dropping all those stats. I'm in comp, baby, even though that doesn't exist. It was kind of funny to see all the people in the subreddit dunking on this guy, but I don't know where I'm going with that. It's early. Brian, what are the cheaters doing now?
It's not a new trick they're doing, but it's a very effective one. It's known as soft cheating, and it's where you tinker with your aimbot to reduce its effectiveness, which means it'll still lock onto an opponent, but it's going to miss a few shots every now and then, so it'll fool the anti-cheat software.
I like that phrase, soft cheating.
The aimbot is like, I don't get it, this usually never happens.
But that makes it worse, obviously, because anti-cheat software can pretty easily detect an aimbot that's getting 100% accuracy headshot after headshot. This is much more sinister, and it's injecting a little human fault in there. As Darth put it, the result is that, quote, new players are disillusioned because they think they're being outplayed on pure skill. That's me, all the time. And veteran players being killed instantly makes one suspicious of cheats, which actually punishes good players. But Respawn has been working on this, right, Brian?
Last month, they said they banned more than 355,000 players using the easy anti-cheat software, so they're trying to work on it. In the game subreddit, they wrote they were going to continue to be vigilant. They had some secret plans in the works, and they said, we take cheating very seriously and care deeply about the health of Apex Legends for all players.
Well, they have to. It's their bread and butter. It's free to play, unlike Counter-Strike, where like, once somebody's cheating, they already got your money. Kind of the same with Overwatch. So people come in, play for free, and they get cheated out of the game. You've lost all your revenue potential. So yeah, they gotta crack down on this.
Yeah, that's gonna scare new players off really quickly too. Like myself, who you queue up, you get headshotted a few times, and you're like, I'm going back to Mario.
Over the last week, they've been issuing bans by hardware ID, which means that your machine is banned permanently from the game. They've also been testing punishments for people who quit on matches before they end, so they're pretty serious about this, trying to make sure that people play properly. But what can Respawn do about this? Some have suggested that they implement a kill cam, like in Overwatch, which will let more people view a player's kill and see if something suspicious is going on. There are some times in Overwatch where that cursor just zips right over to my head, and I'm like, that's odd. However, if you're on Discord with your bros, a kill cam gives away an awful lot of information that you can then communicate to the rest of your group. So while kill cams do give you the ammo you need to justifiably shout hacks when you get your 8th place finish for the 8th time in a row, it can also throw out the information warfare aspect of the game, which is one of the cooler parts of it. There are other things that could possibly be implemented to help this, right, Brian?
Some people have called for a region lock of China to keep those players out of the same pool as everyone else. You might remember that was a big meme back in the PUBG days. There have also been complaints that servers in Asia are full of cheaters, with one thread showing a clip of someone pretty clearly aimbotting, but in fairness, aimbots happened everywhere. They know no continent.
Now, one clip, that's enough for me. We would never imply that someone on the internet would be racist. I was just pretending to be racist. That prompted a response from one of the Apex devs who wrote, quote, it's not as simple as quarantine China. The fact that someone had to say that out loud about a video game. The game is not released there, and I believe that means they're playing through a VPN or multiple VPNs at once, or other means. It takes more than just flipping a switch or filtering some IP blocks.
They could always go the route that South Korea took. That's where you force players to register with their personal data, and then if you get banned, it's for life, so you're done.
Can you imagine how American players might freak out if they have to enter their social security number just to play an online game?
Yeah, that's how I got banned for life from MapleStory.
Others suggested paid-for servers that you can play with other law-abiding citizens. It's what a weird world we're in, where for a free game, people say, let me pay you money so I can get away from this poor, disgusting rabble. It's almost like San Francisco. We'll invent a new kind of bus so the poor people can't ride it. Others pointed to the cheating as a reason why cross-platform shouldn't happen, which is kind of a good point. A lot of cheating tends to happen on PC because it's easier to mess with the code. Of course, cheating is an issue in a lot of Battle Royale games, hell, a lot of competitive games in general. Hell, all competitive sports for all time. Look at cycling, the steroid scandal in baseball, the Olympics, and the entire country of Russia. I was just pretending to be racist. Anyway, if there's money to be made and fame to be gained, people are going to cheat at it. There's something about a free-to-play PC game that seems to draw on the cheaters like moths to a flame. lame. There's lots of players flowing in all the time, which means lots of noobs to test out your aimbot, and it makes you feel real good about yourself. Epic has been aggressive about this with Fortnite though, right Brian?
Yeah, they've been straight up suing cheaters in Fortnite, especially ones who marketed cheats or sold cheats. They even famously sued a 14-year-old who was caught cheating, and then the kid's mom tried to get it dismissed, and the judge was said, nope, the suit will go on.
Sorry ma'am, your kid is a little and we will treat him as one. There's a reason why they take cheating so seriously, because like we said, nothing kills a game quicker than cheaters. And in this era of a million battle royale games, it doesn't take too many cheap kills for a player to throw their hands up and say, I'm going back to Fortnite or Blackout or Firestorm or PUBG or, that was a joke. Firestorm, no one's playing that. This also comes as Fortnite has also reclaimed its top spot as the Battle Royale game to play on Twitch. It's also implemented the two best features Apex had, respawning and the ping system, so that's just how the cookie crumbles these days. Respawn could be feeling the heat to fix their game and to do it quickly. But if it's any comfort to Respawn, dealing with cheaters is something that all the big competitive first-person shooters have had to go through. Overwatch has clearly had cheating issues, Counter-Strike, good God, probably the mountain of cheats. And it's the same story with a lot of other games. It's kind of like piracy, right Brian?
Yeah, it's always been a part of video games and probably always will be. It seems like the key to dealing with cheaters is to show players you're trying to clean up the game, show them some proof that you're trying to do it, then they'll be more likely to stick around.
This is the thing that blows my mind, is that there's all this discussion about, oh, Sekiro's too hard. And meanwhile, Apex, or any online game that has cheats or just is free, so 12-year-olds can get really good at it, those are the hardest games on the planet. At least when I get my ass pushed in, that's a weird phrase, in a single player game, I know why. The game is at least fair, even if it is me. I prefer the fair thank you.
One forum that I've seen over and over and over. Forums existed for years, and it's really easy and they're undetectable. So.
If something's popular, they're either going to make cheats for it, or there will be pornography of it,
Exactly.
as seen in these incredible GIFs that are on all the porn sites I visit.
Oh, yeah. While every online game has struggled with the issue of cheating, it looks like Respawn is trying to get out in front of the issue quickly.
And a post on the game's